Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next? I'm your late night spooky friend Mike, and I hope you guys are having the best day ever. Before I get started guys, please subscribe if you are new here and you haven't already done that. We're on the road to 151,000 subscribers, and I would love you to join me on this journey, so hit subscribe right now and join the fam. And also guys, don't forget to put a like on this video. Remember, your likes save lives guys. Likes save lives. One like equals one save a life for Mike, so please do that. But what's going on you guys, and today we're going to be doing another scary story. Ooh. And this scary story is called The Hand of Glory. The Glory Hand. No, it's called the Hand of Glory. So, the Hand of Glory was a magic talisman used by superstitious thieves and robbers in the 18th century. It was believed that a dead human hand, when fashioned into a candle, had supernatural powers. When it was lit, criminals believed that it could open doors and locks and put people into a deep sleep or completely paralyze them. Oh, that's some heavy darkness, man. That is some heavy darkness. But enough of the jibber jabber. Let's jump right over to the story. The Hand of Glory. One moonless night, at the stroke of midnight, a thief slipped into the deserted courtyard and made his way to the hangman's gallows. The corpse of a murderer was dangling from the noose, twisting in the wind. The thief took a sharp knife out of his pocket and, making sure nobody was watching, began sawing off the dead man's hand. When his grisly task was finished, the thief wrapped the severed hand in a burial shroud and stuffed it into his pocket. Then he climbed up the gibbet and cut 5 locks of hair from the dead man's head. Finally, he climbed down and disappeared into the night. When he returned to his hideout, he began preparing the severed hand. First, he squeezed it until all the blood was gone. Next, he dipped it into animal fat and left it out to dry in the midday sun. He twisted the locks of hair into candle wicks, dipped them in wax, and allowed them to set. Then, he screwed the wicks into the 4 fingers and the thumb of the dried hand. At last, the Hand of Glory was complete. High on the windy hills of Yorkshire, on Bowes Moor, sat the old Spital Inn. It was a stormy night in late October 1797. The landlord and his wife were preparing for bed. The butler and the cook were locking all the doors and windows, when suddenly they heard a loud banging at the front door. The curious little servant girl who slept in the kitchen was peering through a crack in the kitchen door. She wondered who would be visiting her master at this time of night. In the hallway, she saw her master and the butler greeting a bent and wizened old woman. She was dressed in a long black cloak and a hood that obscured her face. Shivering and shaking from the cold and the rain, the beggar woman pleaded with the landlord to allow her to stay the night. Being a generous man, the landlord told her that she could spend the night on a bench in front of the fire. After the landlord, his wife, the butler, and the cook had all gone to bed, the little servant girl heard noises coming from the next room. Looking through the keyhole, she saw the old woman standing up and lifting her cloak to reveal a big pair of men's boots. Instantly, the servant girl became suspicious and decided to keep an eye on the stranger. She saw the old woman pulling off her hood to reveal the scarred and embittered face of a hardened criminal. From beneath his cloak, the thief took out a grotesque severed hand and placed it on the bench. Then, he lit the stiff, bony fingers of the hand. The terrified servant girl watched in horror as she heard the thief reciting an ancient spell. All those who listen and in this house dwell, hear ye the words of the dead man's spell. Unlock every door at the dead man's knock. Open bolt and band with the dead man's hand. Sleep all who sleep, let none here wake. Sleep the dead, for the dead man's sake. The thief finished his incantation, and the fingers of the severed hand glowed with an intense, brilliant light. Each finger flamed, but the thumb would not light. The thief hadn't seen the little servant girl, and thought there were only 4 people in the house, so he gave up trying to light the thumb. Instead, he went to the door and opened it, letting in 2 other men who were lurking outside. Gathering around the flaming hand, the thieves began murmuring over and over, "Hand of glory shining bright, lead us to our spoils tonight." While the thieves were busy filling their sacks with valuables, the frightened little servant girl tiptoed into the butler's quarters and tried to wake him and alert him of the danger. But no matter what she tried, she could not shake him from his deep slumber. Then she went into the cook's bedroom and tried to wake her up, but it was no use. Finally, she slipped up the stairs and went into the landlord's bedroom. She found her master and his wife lying in bed, their eyes wide open, staring lifelessly into space. They seemed to be in some sort of trance. The little girl realized that the hand of glory must have cast some sort of spell over the household. So she crept down the stairs again, grabbed the flaming hand, and brought it into the kitchen. She took a deep breath and tried to blow out the burning fingers, but she couldn't extinguish them. Suddenly, she had an idea. Grabbing a jug of skimmed milk that was sitting on the table, she poured it over the grotesque hand. The milk quenched the burning wicks, and the spell was broken. She was able to creep up the stairs again and rouse the landlord and his wife. Then she shook the butler and the cook until they were wide awake. The landlord came running downstairs with a pistol in his hand as the cook and the butler stumbled wearily out of their rooms, rubbing their heads. They were able to surprise the thieves and force them out the front door at gunpoint. Then, they slammed the door behind them and locked it. The thieves began to circle the house and banged on the windows and doors. "Give us back our hand of glory," they exclaimed. "Just give us the hand and we will go away quietly and do no more harm to anyone." The landlord knew the thieves were lying, so he threw open his bedroom window and began firing his pistol into the darkened street. The screams and cries of the robbers echoed throughout the darkness, and they fled into the night. In the morning, a pool of blood was found outside the cobblestones. The little servant girl was able to identify the thieves and help the police track them down. The whole gang was caught and tried for their crimes. They were sentenced to death and hanged on the gallows until they were dead. The hand of glory was confiscated by the police, and their corpses were left hanging from the gibbet overnight. And when the police returned in the morning, they were shocked to discover that someone had broken in during the night and cut off all the dead man's hands. And that is the end of that. So this was a pretty cool story, though it wasn't really like a scary paranormal ghost story. It was more of like a murder mystery story, but I thought it was pretty good. And I don't know if it's a true story or not, but I know the Hand of Glory is... I know the Hand of Glory is actually real, so I guess this could have really happened, who knows. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash a like on it. That would really mean a lot to me. Let's see if we can go for 10 billion likes on this video. I would really appreciate that. And my question to all of you for question of the day is, who do you think it was that cut off these hands? Do you think it was another thief? Because like a lot of people believed this back in the old days. Or do you believe it was the guy who they were trying to steal from? Do you think he took revenge and cut off their hands or something in a way to kind of teach them a lesson? Because you know how like the old like 1700s Europeans where they were pretty brutal, like they like cutting shit off people. So it could have been just like a revenge tactic, or I teach you a lesson, I cut off your fucking hands even though you're hanging. I don't know. But that is my question to all of you for question of the day. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and remember the most important thing, chase your dreams, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoy my videos and you would like to support me and my channel more, you can go over to my Patreon. Link is in the description. I would really appreciate any help you guys have to offer, and you can become a patron of mine over there. As you can see, we have different tiers and different rewards, so if you guys want to go check it out, I would really appreciate that. Every little helps. Thank you so much. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss any future uploads. And also, guys, go follow me on all my social media. Links are in the description. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Snapchat, so go follow me on all of those. And remember, the most important thing, I love you guys, and chase your dreams.